All right, you're finally ready to publish into your book. So this does take a few steps. First, you want to make sure you have your final copy all polished, cleaned up, revised, edited, fixed in front of you, ready to go. Then you want to go back to Google Classroom. And inside the assignment, when you click on your assignment for oceanography, you want to create, this time, slides. And those slides will be where you put your book, or where you put everything together to make your book. So what I did was I just opened up a blank slide, and this will look similar to yours, except your top will look different since it's in Google Classroom. And I'm just going to go through and add some slides, and you can always add more slides and rearrange slides as you need to. So the best part about this is you have everything you need here in your final copy. All you have to do is copy and paste. You do not need to retype anything. So that should be the easy part. So I'm just going to show you real quick some copying and pasting. So I'm going to copy using Control C, my title, and I'm going to click in my title box and Control V. Now it looks super, super tiny. We'll fix that later. And then in my subtitle, I'm going to go back and get my name. And once again, I'm going to copy and paste it, this time in here, and it's going to look really tiny. And then something to think about is slide 1 is the front cover of your book. Slide 2 is on the back side of that, next to slide 3. So whatever you put in here, you want to kind of keep in mind where things will be located, so you put stuff where you want it. So the first thing I will take a look at is my draft, well, my final draft. And my introduction's short, but my body paragraphs are really thick. So I probably will want to have at least 2 slides for some of these body paragraphs. Some of you might need more than that, depending on the size of your paragraphs, which means I probably only need 1 slide for my introduction. But because I know that 2 and 3 are next to each other, and then 4 and 5 will be next to each other and so forth, I am going to skip slide 2 and leave it blank for now. And then on the back, or I'm sorry, on slide 3, I'll actually put my introduction stuff. Now, it only gives you 2 text boxes. So obviously you want to use your text boxes, but I'm going to need probably more than 2. And what I want you to think about is when you read a book, you want to make sure it's aesthetically pleasing. So you want to make sure that you don't just have a huge blob of text and a picture on every single page. You want to mix it up a little bit. So I'm going to go back and I'm going to keep snap and gulp together. And I'm going to copy those here or paste them there. But then I think I'm going to break up some of this other stuff. So I'm going to keep this sentence together because this is kind of my hook, or part of my hook, obviously. And I'm going to put it in here. Obviously, that's a little bit bigger than it needs to be. And then I'm actually going to add another text box and grab, I think I'm going to grab the next sentence and paste it here. And then I think I'm going to add another text box for my concluding sentence, just so I can move stuff around and make it look more interesting. All right. So there you'll get a chance to see it. Now, I'm not sure, once I add pictures, this might look a little different. So I'm just going to leave these here. Well, let's see. I'm going to move them around a little. Right now, it looks like the font is a little small. So maybe like I want to make this bigger. So I'll make that bigger then. And I'm going to keep my concluding sentences at the bottom here. And then maybe I'll put this here. Well, I'll move it around a little bit. And you can always move stuff around again later too. In fact, maybe I'll move snap and gulp way over here, make it stand out really big at the top then. So I'm going to leave that for now. Now, remember, slides 4 and 5 are next to each other. And one of the things I really want to do, and I want to show you, is I want to take this first sentence, my topic sentence, like other fish, we have similar fantastic physical features. And I think I'm going to make it across 2 pages. So I'm going to take the first part and put it on slide 4. But then I'm going to take the second part of that statement and put it on slide 5, so that when the book is opened up, you'll be able to read it across the top. And then now I'm going to actually end up jumping back and forth between slide 4 and 5 to add the rest of my paragraph. So let me think of what goes together. When you see me, you won't even know that I'm there. I have the usual shape of a fish. So all of this kind of goes together because I'm talking about my shape. I'm going to copy all of that and I'll put that first. Obviously that's doesn't need to be that big. I'm going to get another text box and go back and get, let's see, maybe I'll put this with that too. So I'll go back, but notice what I'm doing is I'm deciding what I want to go together versus what I want to be split apart. And then this is all about dorsal fin spines. So I'll keep all of that together. So I'm just trying to break it up. There's my others. So that I can move stuff around. So maybe I'll put that there. And then this is all color. So I'll go to slide 5. Get the color stuff on here. Get another text box. And this is my shape this is my size and weight. Put that together. And I'll take another text box to get my concluding sentence. Like that. Now, obviously, I have a lot more work to do, and I will show you in the next one what it kind of looks like when it's totally done. But for time's sake, I'm just going to show you what I would do next with this. So once I have all of my text like broken up, copied and pasted over, now I want to look at size. Like, for example, this is way too small. So 11 is not big enough. Let's go to 30. I could probably go bigger. Let's go to 48. Ah, that's much better. That kind of fills up the top there. And then obviously my name is way too tiny. So let's jump that up maybe to 24. Yeah, that looks a lot better. And then maybe I'll put my name at the bottom. That way I can put a picture in the middle. And then, snap and gulp. I want that to really stand out. So let's make that nice and big too. Might have to adjust the size a little bit. Like maybe I'll put that right at the top. And let's see, put this right here. That way I have space for some pictures. And then my concluding sentence right here at the bottom. So notice how I'm moving stuff around. Now, depending on what pictures I find, I might decide to move this later. But for the most part, this looks pretty good. You have to think this is an entire piece of paper. So I don't want the text to take up more than half of that. And I want it moved around a little bit. So like on here, I have a bit of work to do. So this one looks pretty good. And like I said, I can always move my text boxes once I get the pictures that I want. But we'll do pictures later. I want you to get all your text ready to go first. Now here's the biggest thing I need to make a change for the next two. So I want this to take up the entire front part so it connects to the next page. So let's see. 30 looks good. Let's see what 36 looks like. Oh, that'll work too. Now I'm going to change the alignment here to the right though. And maybe I'm going to make this even a little bigger. There we go. Because I want this to really, this is my topic sentence. I want it to stand out. And then when I go to the next side, I think I did 48. Ooh, that's way too much for this one. What do I have this one at? That's at 48. Oh boy. So let's see. I might have to make the font a little bit. Let's do 33 and see if that fits. There we go. So I had to make that a little smaller. But now I'll go from here to there and they kind of flow across the page. And then this is kind of a big block of text. I might want to break that up later. We'll see. But remember, you read left to right, up and down. So I'd read this and then this. And then when I go on to the next page, maybe here, maybe I'll put this more over here. Well, maybe I'll put it under so I can put a picture here and up here. And then maybe my conclusion here. So ladies and gentlemen, what you want to do is get all of your text copied first. And then you'll be ready to proceed to the next steps.